Gentlemen, and welcome to the show. Glad to have you guys here on this Monday, May 8th, 2023. Thank you for tuning in. Now listen, downtown San Francisco, it says it's becoming a ghost town. Major retailers are fleeing the area. And look, it's showing a picture here of the downtown core, and you can see all the different ones. Marshall's is left, Create a Barrel, H&M is left, DSW is left. A lot of these are big ones have left. Alexander Brook and Company, the News, City News, Office Depot, Abercrombie and Fitch, gone. A lot of them. Saks of Fifth Avenue, gone. Nordstrom, gone. Gap, the Gap is gone. Abercrombie and Fitch, they're all leaving. It shows the different dots here. They're just leaving the downtown core area, and it says they're leaving in droves. And it says it signals the death of the area, the death of the downtown core region, evidently. And this is a big city, San Francisco. It says some of the biggest merchants in the world and beloved small businesses alike have shuttered in downtown San Francisco. This map details the economic devastation that has left the city with widespread empty storefronts. Map shows retail closures that hollowed out the downtown. Some of the biggest merchants in the world and beloved small businesses alike have left. That's what's going on in San Francisco. Now, here's the thing I want to point out to you guys about this article is a sponsored advertisement article. But it's true. Nevertheless, even though it's just a sponsored advertisement I put on here, that's something. But it's true. What's in here is true. That AI brains now are not just painting paintings. You know, you can bring up an AI and you can tell it what to paint, and it'll paint it, and it's amazing what it can do, almost instantaneously. But these AI now are also making their way into things like the stock market and stuff, where they're able to predict with evidently around 80% or higher accuracy 1 to 3 days before the stock market will make a movement to the upside or downside. Of course everybody's going to use that to make basically it's a casino. And there's another thing. AI, as it becomes micro, in other words, microscopically small, a computer chip on your cell phone, you got AI on your cell phone, people are going to start using it for things like going to the horse races, predicting which horse is going to win. And if it can give you a leg up, anything over 50-50, and so if this is correct, 87.4%, well, that's a big leg up. I mean, okay, it's not 100% accuracy, but still, anything that can give you a leg up to make money, people are going to use it. You know they're going to use it. And so why I'm pointing this out, it says AI trading software is now in high demand from retail investors. This software is enabling people to use it for things like stock market. Now, here's the thing, guys. Picture the next level. AI starts to move to the next level. Well, it's kind of like things that go down tend to draw more squeak. The old saying, squeaky wheel gets the grease. This applies now with the things like the stock market and stuff. The only way they're going to start injecting liquidity into the system is if things start to crash off. And this makes a weird kind of thing that goes on where bad news is good news. Particularly when AI is involved and AI becomes more involved in the system. Okay, picture you got a car, one of your new cars, An AI. They put an AI computer in your car. And the guy starts driving to work and all of a sudden the engine starts rumbling, blah, 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 What's wrong with this car? So he goes in, he says, and the oil light comes on the engine. He's like, what's wrong with this car? Doesn't realize it's got an AI. The AI realizes, uses its head, and it realizes the best way to get an oil change is to create a situation that the driver is going to think that it needs an oil change. So the AI is thinking, your car is thinking, and it can trick you and fool you into thinking it has an engine problem or it needs an oil change, and the oil light comes on, so you take it in, you have the oil change. Well, it didn't need the oil change, and in the older cars, you were the one that had to determine when it needs an oil change. You had to say, well, Martha, this car has just went 12,000 miles now. You drove it to visit your cousin over there. You drove it 200 miles and 200 miles back. I need to do an oil change. And he determines when it needs an oil change. But AI comes along and it says, hey, you know what? I'm going to make this car run bad and I'm going to turn the engine light on. This is what the AI says to itself. So that I can get an oil change. Well, it can do the same thing with the stock market. It's thinking ahead of all of us so much faster. It's like going up against a grandmaster chess champion, and you're looking at the chessboard, and you're like, "Why did he make that move? That move he just made on the chessboard does not seem to be an important move. Did he just waste a move? No, he's not wasting a move. He's setting you up. He's setting you up for checkmate. That's what it's like with this AI." This AI is so far ahead of you, it can do things that don't seem to make sense to you. But later they'll make sense. And now we're putting it in control over our markets. And well, I can just see the handwriting on the wall. I mean, this is kind of like an ad or whatever, but it's true. These AI brains are soon going to be predicting the markets and controlling the markets. And who knows how far they've already gone. Maybe they're already controlling the market. Maybe they're already controlling Janet Yellen and Fed Chair Powell and everything. Maybe they're getting their orders from an AI already. We don't know. You don't know. I mean, Biden now. We're going to talk about something different. We're going to talk about the debt limit and Biden and how he's going to meet with Speaker McCarthy, Kevin McCarthy, this week. And they're going to have talks. Now, a lot of people out there, because this has happened over and over again in the past, they always let it go to the last minute with the debt ceiling thing, and then they sign a big deal, and so it's like crying wolf. It's like they've cried wolf 100 times before. We've never had, and the Treasury Secretary is always saying, back when Treasury Secretary Munchkin was in, I'm not pronouncing his name right, but you know who I mean. When he was in, he used to always say, oh, we go over the limit, you know, and Janet Yellen's the same way. Oh, we go over the limit, the sky's going to fall, you know, and everything. And then they always get right up to the limit and then they pass it at the last minute. And so us out here, we've heard them cry wolf a number of times, and now we're like jaded to it. We don't care anymore because we just figure, well, they're going to take it to the last minute and then they're going to sign a deal through and blah, 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 like they've done 100 times in the past. But what they're doing is it's like they're playing a game of chicken. You know, kind of like young guys take their car and see how close they can come to the curve and see how fast they can go around the curve, you know, in the road, and without sliding off into the ditch. And you watch them, they come down the road and roar to 80 miles an hour and take that curve so fast and almost slide into the ditch. And you're like, oh boy, one of these times they're going to slide into the ditch. Well, that's what this is. They might do it 100 times, finally, and you get used to them doing it, and nothing happens, and then all of a sudden one time a tire blows or something, and boom, into the ditch. And then you got to call the ambulance and everything else, you know. Well, that's the way with this. This is like one of those things where they keep pushing the line. One of these times they're going to break it. They're going to fall over the edge, and they are not going to get the debt ceiling done in time. Says President Biden is set to welcome Speaker Kevin McCarthy and other top congressional leaders to the White House on Tuesday for a pivotal round of discussions about the nation's taxes, spending, and debt, as potentially catastrophic government default rapidly approaches. The talks come just weeks before the United States is expected to run out of money to pay its bills. unless the nation's borrowing cap is lifted. Like previous moments of brinkmanship, and I was talking about the past, the discussions have echoed of 2011 and 2013 when congressional Republicans refused to raise the debt ceiling unless a Democratic president agreed to curb federal spending and reduce budget deficits. The same dynamic is at play right now, but with a crucial difference. The parties share almost no common ground on tax and spending proposals. There you go. And they're pushing this thing right to the limit. Does anybody out there think that for the first time ever that maybe they'll step over the line with this thing? I'm just bringing it up, and I'm just saying it is a possibility. And the ramifications of that, well, on a system that's already weak, a system that's already got like thousands of American banks are in trouble. What timing it would be for the debt limit to be run over like this and the United States debt downgraded, the United States creditworthiness downgraded if this happens. This could be catastrophic. Just saying. Silver today down 5 cents at $25.62 on the day so far. We're going to take a look at gold here. Gold's up $8.30 at 2025. 2025.90. So gold and silver are doing good. They're treading water a little bit right now, you know. They're just waiting for their chance. Now Bitcoin's fell off some $50 billion in the industry. The market cap was over 1,200 and now it's 1,150. So those are in billions. You know, so 1,150 billion. Now, it was 1.2 trillion the other day, just like 24 hours ago. So the Bitcoin prices fell down to 27,931, and it was up almost 30,000. Ethereum is at 1866 today. Dow Jones Industrial Average today is off 64 points at 33,609. So we're seeing this, see quite a little bit of volatility in the market. Let's take a look now at crude oil. Is up $1.36 at $72.70 for crude oil. Now, bonds and rates today. We're seeing raising yields on the long end of the yield curve. We're looking at a 10-year at 3.49. It's up 4.8 basis points. And the U.S. 30-year is at 3.8. And it's up 5.1 basis points today. The U.S. dollar index is at 101.26. And basically today it's got quite a little bit of volatility, but it's basically going sideways today. Thank you guys for listening to my show. Like and subscribe. And we'll catch you guys in the next episode. Have a great day. Bye-bye.